I already hit start stream.
That's fine.
Oh, why did I turn my flashlight on? That was a mistake. Just gonna make sure we're live. And we are live. And gorgeous. Welcome everyone to a special. Sure, buddy. I like you as a friend, but we're not. We're not going there. Anyway, welcome to Down the Middle. You may notice this is not our usual night. There's two reasons for that. One, I have a shoot job that is trying to kill me, and the Royal Rumble's on Sunday, and we can't very well talk about what's going to happen on the Royal Rumble after the Royal Rumble, because then we would be talking about what happened on the Royal Rumble, not what's going to happen.
Wait a minute. I think you misconstrued there, sir.
No, because the Royal Rumble has not happened yet. So if we did the podcast on our regular day,
okay.
We would have to talk about what happened on the Royal Rumble, not what's going to happen.
Right.
But we wanted to talk about what's going to happen.
Right.
Therefore, we had to do the podcast
beforehand.
Correct, because we are incapable of time travel. Although if we could, we would be rich.
That and we would have already done it earlier this week, but some people have, like you said, shoot job, and plus people are down.
And illness.
Yeah. I'm not saying I caught it, but all I can say is, like, out of all three of us who does the podcast, especially with the Average Intelligence podcast, we've all gotten sick.
Yes,
so,
in some fashion.
So this is what I'm telling you all right now. Please do whatever you can to keep yourself hydrated and stay healthy.
All right.
It's not fun. It's not fun to be down.
Yeah. Well, before we get into the Royal, full disclaimer, I've not watched any wrestling for the past week because I have been working again. But I did catch.
We're going with what I think you're going with?
Yes. AEW. I shouldn't even pretend because I totally get why they did it, but I'm gonna go AEW. Why? I am a little confused by the timing because he's still injured.
Here's my thing. Okay. And what he's talking about is, if you haven't watched Beach Break, is that what it's called?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Spoiler alert, obviously. Danhausen. The great, impeccable Danhausen.
The okay and invalid Danhausen.
Well, because see, everybody knows on here that I'm a fan of Danhausen. I'm a mark for Danhausen. I am. Especially my co-host who rolls his eyes at me all the time for it, who's a big fan of the Super Kick Party. That's neither here nor there. I'm happy because I knew he would, because Ring of Honor, everybody knows what happens with Ring of Honor. We're going, not necessarily going out of business. But I knew he would be out of a job. We knew that. It was given.
Out of a full-time job anyway.
Right. But him getting signed, yes, I knew that was going to happen eventually. Now, the way he debuted, I'm like, okay, I'm happy he debuted, and all of a sudden, that was it. I'm like, well, and you know me, I would freak out and get excited and everything for it, but I'm also a little upset because of the way they debuted him.
Right, but they debuted him that way because he's injured still.
Right, but the problem is last I knew he was still rehabbing his leg, but yet they pulled him out and everything. He had no boot on or nothing on his leg.
Apparently he did. Well, okay, I don't know if he had the boot, but apparently, because this wasn't shown on screen, apparently as he was walking back, he was using the railing for support. That's what I was told. I don't know. I wasn't there and I didn't see it.
Well, right, and I've also seen little behind the scenes clips of him walking on the side of the thing, which you and I have seen in person when you through their life. He's walking perfectly fine, and he's doing this like waving like okay. So to me, it's like I love Danhausen, but it's like, is Danhausen the biggest worker of all time?
Wait, are you saying that it's all a work?
That's what I'm actually saying. It's all work.
I don't think it's a work. I think maybe he's progressing well, but he's obviously not to the point where he can have a match safely.
But here's the thing, though. The match they interfered in was with Orange Cassidy.
Right.
And they've got big things on the indies, especially on Pro Wrestling Tees and everything else, of being together. So it's like, okay, so does this mean that Danhausen might be with Best Friends?
Oh God, like they need another person.
Hold on. I'm not saying they do. I'm not saying they do, because trust me, Best Friends has got a lot of people in that group, especially since they're also part of Chaos in Japan.
Yep.
So, but my only thing is everybody is aligned with everybody in AEW to an extent, to a degree, faction-wise.
Hell, even I almost called him Aleister Black. Even Malachi Black has a stablemate now, which was a mistake.
Well, they're also a tag team in PWG.
I get it, but at the same time,
they're the tag team champions there.
Currently?
Yes.
Oh, currently. Okay. Well, that makes it a little more. Well, here's okay. I'm gonna sound a little bit like Jim Cornette here for a minute, but that's fine. But AEW is on television. PWG is not. So you don't have to have the storylines intersect, but it's more important for his character on AEW television because that's what more people are seeing and more consistently.
Right, and I'm not disagreeing with that at all. But do you know any other dark perspective characters out there that goes with him?
No, that's my point. Is I don't think he should have anybody with him.
Well,
because as you said, AEW has factions galore. They're almost as bad as New Japan.
Right. I mean, hell. I'm not saying CM Punk is technically not in a faction, but he sort of is, because it was Sting and Darby Allin.
Kind of, but yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, and sorry, I just got distracted by a flying cat. Anyways, any way you look at AEW, no matter who you are, you're going to be aligned with somebody. And it's like okay, let's look at the Bullet Club. Okay. The Bullet Club is the Bullet Club, and then they had sub-factions. They had subgroups.
Kind of. I mean,
like
they did, but
it was the Bullet Club, but then they had the Elite, and they had this, and they had that. So it's like, okay, you had your subgroups that goes with that group. That's okay. So let's just say that Danhausen does get along with Best Friends. Okay. So Best Friends will be best friends of the whole group. And then they got the subgroups of the tag teams, which is Chuck, Trent and Chuck, and Wheeler Yuta and such.
But then we also have Trent and Rocky Romero,
which is Roppongi
Vice.
Yeah, Roppongi Vice. Sorry.
That's the song.
Okay.
Roppongi Vice. Anyway,
I wasn't trying to butcher it or nothing.
So are we gonna have like Best Friends Wolfpack?
I mean,
it's getting goofy, my friend. It's getting goofy.
That's why the Elite's not the biggest stable right now in AEW, because
Hell, they broke up essentially, at least on television. I mean, you've got Kenny and the Bucks, but Kenny's on vacation, and the Bucks are having a love feud over Adam Cole
with Redragon. Yep.
So anyway, we're not here to talk about AEW exclusively tonight. We're here to talk about the Royal Rumble, and I just happen to have the full card and the announced participants because there are going to be some surprises, and we will speculate. But what I figured we would do is
there was okay.
Well, no, go ahead.
No, I was going to say there was another one just announced like a couple hours ago.
Okay, well you can add that in, but I figure we'll take care of the other matches and then we'll go into the Women's Royal Rumble match and then the Men's Royal Rumble match because let's be real, we're here for the real Royal Rumble match. Anyway, so excluding the Royal Rumble matches, the other matches on the card is we have Becky Lynch versus Doudrop. That will be the bathroom break match if you're watching it live.
Yes. Do you want to get? I know you don't really exclusively watch.
I understand what's going on. Well, okay. I'm going to sound like a dick, but it's not for the reasons you guys think. So before you judge me, just let me finish. First of all, I don't really understand why Doudrop is on television, but that's irrelevant. And well, that's not irrelevant, but that's not my primary point. I don't understand why Doudrop is getting a title shot. Because before she got it, I had read somewhere that she had lost her previous 3 matches in a row.
Probably.
This makes no sense whatsoever.
I'm not disagreeing with that, considering when you're somebody who had been going for a title shot, and all of a sudden they just automatically drop you out to switch you out for the Rumble with somebody else, which I would see. Mandy Rose was the one going for it, and
Mandy Rose or Liv Morgan. Because Mandy Rose is the NXT, sorry. Yeah, and Mandy Rose is the NXT Women's Champion.
I apologize. Liv Morgan was going for it.
I mean, they look similar.
No.
Well, no, not anymore because of the dye job. But anyway,
I just look as Doudrop as one of those type of people who, instead of going for the belt, would have been in the Rumble.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
Being the dominant slaughterhouse.
Well, but I mean, there's that, but then there's also just the logic behind the booking where you lost your last 3 matches. How does that get you a title shot?
Again, you shouldn't, but you are.
I mean, it's WWE booking, so.
You said it, not me.
Oh, I'll say it all day long because it makes no sense. But to be fair, Liv Morgan getting another title shot would make no sense either because she lost 2 matches.
Right, but then there could have been that third match where boom, she gets it out of the blue.
Right, but I'm just saying, again, if we're thinking logically here, like if this is a combat sports federation, you shouldn't get multiple title shots in a row if you lost.
I know, but we're not UFC.
Well, we're also not AEW or any other wrestling company that makes sense. So thus, we have Becky Lynch versus Doudrop, and we all know Becky is going to beat the living shit out of her, and Doudrop will once again be obscure where she belongs.
Becky will go over, but Becky will sneak by.
See, that's a mistake too.
Well, no, the only reason I'm saying that is because the way I've been seeing and then booking it is that Doudrop is the dominant.
Well, okay, but she's a dominant badass, but she loses all the time.
I know. What I'm saying is like you said, combat sports and everything. If you're really somebody like her going against Doudrop, Come on.
Well,
Don't.
okay.
Plus, they're both heel.
I'm
Plus,
debating.
they're both heels.
I'm debating on whether or not I want to go into this. I'm probably not, because again, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just, if you're somebody like, okay, in the context of, well, no, that's not true. I don't know what her cardio conditioning is like. I was gonna say, if you're somebody like Doudrop in like a combat sport, like a legit combat sport, you're actually, well, no, I don't know. It depends on what her cardio conditioning is.
You're trying to think of a reasoning.
Well, no, what I'm saying is like, and again, I have, in my defense, or I shouldn't say in my defense, and my bias, I've not watched a ton of Doudrop matches, but what I have seen is kind of like, and that's probably has to do with because it's the WWE style, but it's just kind of like, but that's WWE TV, so that's I shouldn't even talk about it in that context because it's not exclusive to Doudrop. It's everything that they present is a snore fest.
Well, it's like I said, she's the one that made the dive off the cage in ICW.
So give me that Doudrop. I can get behind that.
Okay.
Make Foley that shit. Anyway, so yeah, Becky's going to go over because this match doesn't make sense, but they need to give Becky something to do. This is kind of like the era in like 2006, 2007 Cena where like it got to the point where he had to have a match every pay-per-view, but you knew he wasn't going to lose.
Right.
So you're just kind of like, oh, look, he's facing Bobby Lashley this time.
He's facing Umaga. He's facing Khali and yada, yada, yada.
Yes, Eric, Friday night. You missed the beginning where we explained why. Because we're talking about a pay-per-view that happens tomorrow, but if we did it on the normal day, we'd be talking about what happened on the pay-per-view instead of what's going to happen on the pay-per-view. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time travel. Anyway, and then we have, hold on to your hats for this one. We've got Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Miz and Mrs. And if that's not their tag team name, WWE, you are stupid.
It's the It couple versus the Grit couple.
Oh, God, I watched that promo. That was cringy as shit. Edge, you're better than this. You're better than this. I've seen you do better than this. Like, they're writing Edge's promos now? Really? Edge?
Hey.
What the fuck?
Hey. I mean, you think The Rock just goes out and does his promos on the fly? No.
Yes.
He's got no.
Oh, it's written on his hand.
No, not on his hand.
It's on his forearm. Yeah, that's right.
Damn Brian Gerwitz. Oh, did I say that? I'm so sorry. I broke the fourth wall. I broke the forbidden door. I shouldn't have said that.
I wish they'd break the damn forbidden door, but.
Hey.
So who do you think? This is why I'm going to watch it. Because
you're going to watch the Rumble?
Yeah, there are rumors abound. I am going to pay for Peacock to watch the Royal Rumble. You think it'll be worth $5? $6, or is it $5?
I don't remember what I pay.
I think it's $4.99. It's $4.99. I think it's $5.99 actually. Anyway, it's a lot cheaper than $9.99.
You're right. Plus you got ads and everything too. But that's neither here nor there. I know. Okay.
Edge and Beth are obviously going over, unless they're going to.
Because I think so. Because the way, well, hold on. Did Edge? Yeah, I think. Yes, I think they will go over. I'm trying to plug something into what I just read a couple of days ago. Yeah, I think the Grit couple is going to go over the It couple. Considering the fact of every time they did say that every time Reese gets to a ring with Beth, she can't beat her.
Yeah, this is true. We have a. I'm not sure if it's a bot or not because it's in Russian, and I can't read Russian, so if you are a real person, sir, welcome, and if you are a bot, fuck off. Anyway, I think it's a real person because our view meter went up. I just can't read Russian, so sorry.
Now I'm not trying. I wasn't trying to derail too much from the Rumble, but I think this is they're trying to do what they can to somehow get Miz off TV for a while.
One of the few people that can draw money for them. That's smart. Oh, and to our alleged real Russian friend Dostoevsky.
Well, I can go into nerd real quick if you don't mind. I don't know if you heard what happened.
What happened?
About Mortal Kombat.
Oh, they got greenlit for a sequel?
Yes.
Who's the Miz playing?
Well, who else would he play?
Oh, no. No.
I'm not saying it's going to happen.
I hope not.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. But I'm saying like that the rumors are ever since it got greenlit for a sequel, the rumors have started flying off that it'd be The Miz playing him.
No. No, I can't get behind that. There are too many. Not that The Miz isn't talented, but there are too many talented martial artists that can act that role should go to. Although, what am I saying? Because if you've watched our film review of Mortal Kombat Preparation H, you know how I feel about it. It's the shits.
Hey, you piss off.
I'm sorry. It's a bad movie, dude. It's terrible.
It's better than other movies out there. Don't start.
Okay, well, a bucket of shit is better than a pile of shit, but it's still shit. And who they gonna fight? They fucking killed Goro. Didn't Shang Tsung die? No, Shang Tsung's not dead.
No, they're just gonna start up the tournament.
Goro's fucking dead.
And Kentaro is not. Shiva is still alive. They've still got plenty of characters to go through.
But they killed Goro. Goro's supposed to be Goro was supposed to be the champion at the first tournament. They killed it. They killed him.
Okay, well, I'm just stating right now, even if they don't use The Miz for that character, Ryan Reynolds will be the best character to play him. My point is that cool.
Okay, that I can get behind.
And if you're wondering what character I'm talking about, we're talking about Johnny Cage. Thank you very much.
Johnny Cage
wins.
And if it's Ryan Reynolds, flawless victory.
Oh no, there's no flawless victory. He's gonna be cussed up a storm when he's kicking your ass. I don't care who you are.
Oh, what was it? It was in Mortal Kombat Preparation. Somebody said flawless victory. I'm like, flawless my ass? You got your ass handed to you. We have a real big disparity on the word flawless here. Because last time I checked, a flawless victory was no damage, not getting the shit kicked out of you for 80% of the fight.
Which didn't, we'll get back to the Rumble, but which didn't make sense to me either in the original Mortal Kombat, especially there at the end. He Liu Kang.
Oh,
not saying I do. Not saying I do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the fireball. Yeah. He fireballs him off the ledge. He goes on the spikes, and all of a sudden he says flawless victory.
Maybe that's the fight I'm thinking of, actually. That wasn't a flawless victory.
No, it was a fatality.
It was a good victory, but not a flawless victory. Anyway, back to the Royal Rumble, and what won't be a flawless victory will be the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE World Champion Brock Lesnar with his advocate Paul Heyman versus Bobby Lashley again.
I mean, again,
They've had a match before.
not that I remember.
Oh, really? No?
This is different. No, this is the first time.
Oh, I stand corrected. It feels like it should be the 5th time they've had a match because it's WWE and they repeat themselves constantly. So good on them. This might actually, I think it'll be a good match though, like legitimately.
Well, Bobby's been trying to get this match,
Yeah.
like for a long time now.
Should be good.
And yes, it should be good because I like this Brock Lesnar.
Oh, Cowboy Brock Lesnar?
Well, I like this Brock Lesnar because when he I like Brock when he goes into character. Okay. And I know it pisses off a lot of people when he goes into character, but it's like you can only be so much dominant with Beast Brock for so long.
I don't know. Suplex City's pretty cool, but I will say, try as he might, nobody can pull off a cowboy hat like Kurt Angle.
The little one?
Well, of course.
Okay.
The only one, sir.
No. I'm just saying when Brock goes into actual character, especially when he did the boombox.
Yeah, that was funny. That was good. He
And
can do it.
Yes. And then he was WWE champion with Eddie, and he did the mariachi band.
Okay, yeah, that was good. You got a point.
That's what I'm saying. Like when Brock is dominant, it's fine and everything, but after a while, it gets repetitive.
You know what? And kudos to them because you're right. It is time for a change, and this can make Brock Lesnar refreshing. But the real question is, do you think he's going to retain?
And see, this is the problem that I've gotten with I'm going to have with this because of.
I'm gonna make a prediction, but I have a question, and you might know this. Is the Royal Rumble match the main event?
I don't know.
Okay, well, if it is, this is what I predict is going to happen. Now,
I was gonna say my only thing is they've already got talks of who's supposed to win the Rumble.
And who are the rumblings of who's going to win the Rumble?
Big E.
Okay. A good idea would be Brock loses to Bobby, but then wins the Rumble. But his match would have to be first. And actually, you know what? That wouldn't make a lot of sense because he would have just lost a match, but then somehow wins a 30-man battle royal.
Oh, he's number 30.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's how we could do it. That's my prediction. Because that's the... Well, and half the reason I kind of believe that's going to happen is because I've heard more than a few reports of... Because we had the whole fiasco with Big E having to drop his title because Roman got the Rona.
Right.
Rona Reigns. Anyway, the plan, I guess, unconfirmed, was that they want to have Brock Roman at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But if Brock is the WWE champion, he can't. But I understand why they had him win the title because they put him in that match. Because you can't have... Brock Lesnar was billed, and Brock Lesnar is not the type of performer that you can be like, oh, shucksy doodles, his match got canceled. You have to put him in. And you can't have him lose to fucking Big E because he's Brock Lesnar.
Right, but also... Right, but Brock could have lost that match without getting pinned.
Right, but I think it'll end up working well for him because, again, it's Brock Lesnar. He can absolutely beat 4 other guys.
If Roman didn't get the Rona, everything would have been... Everything got screwed up because of Roman getting the Rona.
Yep.
We all know that.
Good old Rona Reigns threw a wrench in it. So, but I suspect... That's my prediction. I think that Bobby Lashley is going to win the WWE Championship, and then Brock Lesnar will enter himself into the Royal Rumble. And this would be hilarious. Let's say some jobber Who's a jobber that could be? It's just, Mustafa Ali is going to be in the Royal Rumble, but he's going to come out at number 30. But then Brock's just going to grab him as he's walking down the aisle, throw him into the crowd, and then go in the ring himself.
You know, that reminds me of what I saw at a Royal Rumble a few years ago, and that I could see that happening.
I think that's going to, and I think they're going to do it to Mustafa Ali just to punish him.
Yeah, because he tried to get his release and he said no.
Yeah, but they should give him his release.
I know.
I mean, it'd be different if somebody like, even if somebody like Xavier Woods asked for his release. That I get, but they're not even using him on TV. Like now they're just being dicks. But anyway, that's my. Do you have a prediction for Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar?
See, this is hard. Because of what I was thinking was going to happen with The Rock and everything. Yes, I'm saying The Rock. Because it seemed like it was, to me, up until day one, I still for sure The Rock. Now, I don't foresee The Rock. So I see Bobby winning.
So we are in agreement.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we both think that Brock Lesnar is going to lose that match, but I do think he's going to end up in the Rumble, probably at number 30, like you said. So the next match we have is, speak of the devil, we got Roman Reigns versus Seth freaking Rollins, because it's a PG show.
Well, that's his new name now.
That's what?
That's his new name now.
Yeah, I know. It's funny, they take away everybody else's first names and they give him a middle name. It's freaking stupid, man. Gee willikers, Vince. Come on.
In this match, Roman's going to retain.
Daggum WWE horse licking, mud kicking poppycock.
Poppycock.
But yeah, Roman Reigns is going to retain. And Seth freaking Rollins will just go, freak. I lost again, even though I beat Brock Lesnar in 5 seconds at WrestleMania. Oh, but it's right, because we're WWE and we have short-term memory loss. So we forget things like the fact that CM Punk ever existed.
Yeah, like after tomorrow. After tomorrow? Well, sorry. After the Rumble, we're going to forget that Seth Rollins was a good guy for a month.
Yeah.
Because he's going to go back to Raw and be a bad guy again.
Yep.
And hopefully WWE realizes.
Oh, but wait. The Usos are barred from ringside. And I predict that this will have absolutely no bearing whatsoever on this match. They just didn't want to pay the Usos for a night. All right, now to the meat and taters. Although, that's all the matches that were listed. So we have the Women's Royal Rumble match. So, and you can add as needed, because I printed this list out a couple of days ago, because we were going to do this on Tuesday, but then my co-host fell ill. The participants, as listed, that I'm aware of, and again, you can add if need to, we have Rhea Ripley, Nikki ASH.
Yep.
Dumbest fucking gimmick. Well, not the dumbest gimmick in wrestling, but one of. Dana Brooke, Carmella, Queen Zelina, and Tamina, along with Shotzi, who apparently lost her last name, Natalia, who hasn't had her last name in ages, Aaliyah, who may never have had a last name. Naomi, who never did have a last name. Shayna Baszler, who does still have a last name. Charlotte Flair, who also has a last name. The Bella Twins, for some reason. Lita. Michelle McCool, with Undertaker at ringside. Kelly. I'm kidding. I don't. Oh, is he going to be at ringside? I didn't know. I was just being an ass.
Well, he's going to be there at the Rumble.
Sure.
And you know how they do those panel things?
Oh yeah, the broadcast panels.
Yeah, like you'd have like Booker T and all them talking and everything. They're actually, what's funny is, before you finish, I'm sorry, they're actually doing a vote and everything on a bunch of sites and stuff to vote to get Taker to do one of those panel things.
God,
I'm like, come on, the man's already opened up enough. And
no, let's just trash a 30+ year gimmick for a fucking pre-show. Dumbasses.
I mean, he's already opened up everything and everything. The man's already broke kayfabe.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I know, but not on WWE television. Anyway, I said Michelle McCool. Then we have Kelly, who was so nice they named her twice. Summer Rae, for some reason. Or for some reason. The big announcement being I almost said TNA. The Impact Wrestling Knockouts champion, Mickie James.
Yep.
And who was billed as such. Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan. And that makes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. So, for those of you who can count, that leaves 9 unknown participants, unless Ben here has some to add.
From what I've read, they've said Oksana.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Cameron.
Which
Which would reunite the Funkadactyls.
Oh yeah, that was her. Ring name, wasn't it? Yeah, Cameron and Naomi. Oh God, what's she been doing?
I don't know. Melina Perez.
Oh, okay. I thought she was in NWA, or is she non-contract?
She's.
Oh yeah, Forbidden Door. Yeah.
From what I read today, Paige.
Yeah, there are rumors that her neck is doing okay, similar to Daniel Bryan's situation.
Now
they're probably going to throw somebody from NXT in, I would think.
Okay, those are the 4 that I've read.
Yeah.
Now, my prediction of who I think is going to win the Rumble. Here's my thing. Well, before I get into that part, I don't know if you watched the clip from Impact or whatnot. Even though it's not going to happen, Mickie James ended the show on Impact, stating that she is going to go into the Royal Rumble as the Impact Knockouts champion, world champion, and she's going to win the Royal Rumble, and she's going to challenge the winner, she's going to challenge the women's champion at WrestleMania, put her belt on the line against their belt.
See, that would be awesome, but it's not going to happen.
We know that.
Now, here's why it should happen, because WWE has lapsed with hardcore wrestling fans, and they know that. They have to know that.
Right.
That would bring all of us back. Now, who do I think is going to win? And remember, I've not been watching WWE, or at least not staying conscious while watching WWE television. If I had to take a guess...
You're going off of that list? Or
yeah, the list of the confirmed, and I mean confirmed with what you put out. It's got to be... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say the person I think is going to win isn't even on that list.
Who do you think is going to win?
I think Bailey's going to win.
Oh, is she? Yeah, she's been gone for a while. She might come back. My personal picks, I'm tied between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan.
True.
And the reason I say that,
well,
there's not a lot to this. This is just how they've been kind of positioning Liv Morgan, and the fact that Rhea Ripley is probably the most physically intimidating of everyone that's confirmed to be in the Rumble.
My other pick, well, Bailey, I have picked to win the Rumble, but I have also got. I also feel like Alexa Bliss is going to go far.
She's not on my list.
I know she's not. She just came back.
Oh, okay.
And Asuka. She's been gone for a good long time.
Yep. We shall see. Now, what I think would be interesting too is if WWE somehow got a hold of somebody from like Stardom, just for the Royal Rumble. Like they don't have to win, but hell, maybe Riho should go in the Royal Rumble.
You know what's funny is you say that, and there's somebody actually think that they announced it was coming back or something from Japan. I forget who it was.
Kairi Sane?
I think.
Yeah, because she just flat out disappeared.
I think. I don't remember who it was. Like she just left WWE, went home, and now they're trying to bring her back for the Rumble.
Yeah, speaking of Japanese wrestlers, when are they going to just release Kushida so we can go back to New Japan?
I mean,
I can't see him renewing a contract because in Japan he was a fucking superstar, and here he's been in NXT for 3 years. It's fucking Kushida.
Right.
Come on.
Time splitters.
Anyway, so that's your pick. You think it's going to be Bailey?
Yeah, a lot of people probably disagree with me, but Bailey's been gone for a good long time, and I'm not disagreeing with you on Liv or Rhea. I'm not.
There are possibilities.
I know Rhea won the Rumble last year. I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Rhea won last year, and I'm not disagreeing on Liv Morgan either. But
I'm only saying Liv Morgan just because I'm looking at how she's being positioned. And right. it would make sense from how they've booked her up to now that she would win the Rumble.
Right.
Because it seems like they're making Becky into this mountain she can't climb. Now, I think they've taken it too far. They've already ruined it because they've already had too many matches. But, I mean, to have Becky and Liv at WrestleMania, I can understand why they would book that way. Wouldn't be my first choice, but I get it.
Right.
All right, so now let's move on to the men's Royal Rumble. Of the confirmed entrants that are on my list, and again, you can add to this as needed, we've got Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, because for some reason a tag team would be in the fucking Royal Rumble. So we know neither of them's going to win it.
I have a feeling a lot of tag teams are in this Rumble.
Yeah, you would be right. Because we also have Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. And we have Austin Theory. And then, in a cheap cash media grab, we have Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, thank you for saying that, because, okay.
And I would just like to add on to this. Did you not learn your fucking lesson with David Arquette? Really? Now, I know David Arquette has since gone on to become a professional wrestler, but at the time, he even admitted that it was fucking stupid. So obviously Johnny Knoxville will not win the Royal Rumble, but I kind of hope he does because it will just show just how far this company has fallen.
No, I know. I think I know who's going to win the Royal Rumble.
Steve-O?
No.
Oh. Bam Margera.
No.
No, hear me out. Johnny Knoxville's confirmed. Bam Margera can be a surprise entrant, and we can actually, I would be, this is not me being funny, like, I would be okay with this. Have them just fucking beat the living shit out of each other in the middle of the ring, and then have some big guy come and throw them both out. That's ratings, WWE. Anyway.
Is that all? I was going to say, is that all they announced?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Then we have Sheamus, who doesn't talk like that. Damian Priest, AJ Styles, Big E, Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss, whoever the fuck that is. Apparently those two were announced on Twitter. Oh, I guess there were a few announced on Twitter. God, that's dumb. Sami Zayn and Kofi Kingston will also be there. Kevin Owens almost be there. He can throw Johnny Knoxville and Bam Margera out of the ring.
Almost.
Randy Orton and Riddle, another tag team. Oh, all the rest of them on the list are tag teams. Because we also had Chad Gable and Otis, along with Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode, because I refuse to call him Robert Roode because they've already fucking killed whatever steam he had as a professional wrestler. I'm not going to take away the name he was given last time he was cool. God damn, you remember how awesome Bobby... Well, I'm sure he still is, but they haven't shown it in years.
TNA?
Yeah. Hell, even NXT, but especially TNA. God damn, Bobby Roode was good. Still is. Could you imagine... Okay, for real. When Bobby Roode's contract is up, he needs to go to AEW, at least temporarily, so that we can be reminded that Bobby Roode is a competent, spectacular, and talented professional wrestler. And he needs to stay the fuck away from WWE. Is there anyone that is added to that list?
Let's see. They did announce that. Hold on a second. They didn't really announce this, but that their stocks are putting Bad Bunny.
Oh God! Why?
Because apparently he did really well.
Well, that's true. He did.
So apparently, because he did so well last year at WrestleMania, their stocks about him going into the Rumble and setting up another spot for WrestleMania again.
But the Miz isn't. But the Miz isn't in the Rumble, and they released fucking John Morrison.
Okay. Maybe he's gonna finally go after the. Maybe he'll go after the United States title.
Oh God.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that man has held the U.S. title for a good long time.
Who's that? Damian Priest?
Yes.
Or Punishment Martinez, as he was formerly known. I actually this is one of the few times where I think the WWE name is better.
So, I mean, he's held that belt for a long time, and I'm not saying that Bad Bunny will go for the U.S. title and win the belt and everything. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just stating it.
Yeah. But here's another reason why I think Brock Lesnar is going to win, because as you accurately pointed out, there's a lot of tag teams in the Royal Rumble, which is essentially a guarantee that they're not going to win.
Right.
Now, to be fair, I don't think this is true, but I've heard more than a couple of people speculate that Cody Rhodes will be in the Royal Rumble.
Is it because he's not signed to anybody?
Correct. There's also a whisper, and full disclaimer, I think this is bullshit, but I've heard it from more than one source. So there is also speculation that Kenny Omega may be making an appearance at the Royal Rumble. I do not think this is going to happen because he is still under contract. But
Right.
Mickie James is under contract, arguably from a company that is no threat to WWE whatsoever. Now, the only reason I think they could get away with Cody is because he's not. But like, really, Cody's not gonna sign with WWE.
If they want to make the biggest shock of all, of
Hulk Hogan,
yeah, don't do that.
help me to the ring, brother.
Because I was actually talking to my cousin today, and I don't have a figure of his hanging up on the wall behind me. But I do have, I don't have figures of his, but I do have his pop that I just bought today. Apparently he's read some reports, and I don't know where he got these reports. And the only reason why I say this man is because Braun Strowman, okay? Braun Strowman said he would never do anything but WWE. And look what he did.
Well, yeah, but that was after they released him.
Even then, he said he would never do anything post WWE. Okay?
Oh, yeah, Jericho said that too.
There's somebody that's been released for the better part of the year, and he's yet to appear. And I'm thinking The Fiend.
Maybe because there was a lot of talk of him showing up in AEW, but he has not done so yet.
And if Bray Wyatt were to go to AEW, he would change wrestling, the landscape there, because he would go to the Dark Order. We both know this.
Yeah.
Okay, but what other big star that's still getting talked about to this day right now that's not being used? That's not being used TV or nothing. Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about somebody else. That's why I was confused. I was like, I don't know who.
No. I'm talking about Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
And
-1 will be in the Royal Rumble. Hey, dude, they got Bad Bunny. They've already got a kid in there. Yes, I made a short joke.
No, I thought you were talking about the kid who actually won a title at WrestleMania.
Oh, well, there is that, but I mean, his tag team partner was Braun Strowman, so.
But I literally think that Bray Wyatt, and I'm not disagreeing, and I wouldn't disagree with my cousin on this. I was, being fair and everything about it. I'm like, I can't disagree with that because, like I said, we haven't seen him for a while, and I think it's time to pull the plug and bring the guy back.
I thought you were going to say pull the plug and kill him. I was like, hey, now.
No.
I mean, I know they killed his push, but let's not take this too far.
But like you said, there is the Forbidden Door, and there's been talks about Matt Cardona. And,
I was gonna bring him up. You don't think they'd bring No, they wouldn't bring Mox back.
No.
He gave him too big of a middle finger. I don't think Vince would ever let him back in the building. Be hella cool if CM Punk showed up, but it's not gonna happen. Maybe Triple H will show up.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
Well, I don't know about never happen, but not this year.
No, he's retired.
Until Vince dies.
Well,
or sells.
But that's my prediction. I think if he doesn't win, if Bray Wyatt does not come back and win the Royal Rumble, then I go with Big E. I don't want big.
Yeah, you already know my prediction, but I'm gonna reiterate it. Mustafa Ali's gonna come out at number 30. Brock's gonna grab him by the scruff of the neck and throw him into the Titantron and take his spot and win the whole damn thing. Oh, there were rumors that Rob Van Dam might be in the Royal Rumble. Unconfirmed.
That I hadn't heard of that one.
Yeah, I had heard like it was very like almost an aside. So maybe.
Okay.
Who knows? I doubt it because Rob, like I follow Rob and he's expressed little, actually no interest in wrestling other than the odd spot show here and there, but I don't think he's wrestled for a couple of years.
Yeah. I think
he's pretty well done.
Yeah, I think he stopped wrestling right when the pandemic happened with TNA.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So,
well, so Royal Rumble, it should be interesting. It should be a fairly decent, albeit somewhat short pay-per-view, but I'm sorry, it's not a pay-per-view. It's a Peacock special.
Right.
Can't call it a pay-per-view.
There's no pay-per-views no more.
Well, not in WWE.
That's true.
And you know what? This might be my inner old man coming out, but there is something to a pay-per-view that just makes it feel more special. Like, honestly, I know this is, people think we're almost like Dave Meltzer blowing smoke up AEW's ass, but I love the way they do it because they have 4 pay-per-views a year, and I think that's enough. I think that's fine. And you intersperse it with television specials, but the way they do it, I think, is perfect.
It's like WWE and it's like WWF and the NWA mixed together.
Yes.
Because WWF had the 4 big pay-per-views, Rumble, SummerSlam, Mania, and Survivor Series. And the NWA had the Clash of Champions.
100%.
So.
And I mean, even like AEW could probably add one more pay-per-view, but I mean, they have no reason to, but like they could, and I don't think that would be too much. But honestly, 4 a year is perfect. And there is something to be said about the fact that, like, yeah, I'm spending, what is it, $50? It's 40 something. Yeah, I think it's 50.
Yeah.
To watch it the first night, not the replay. Like, I've never been disappointed with an AEW pay-per-view. I've always been, it's either met expectations or exceeded expectations. I've never been disappointed with an AEW pay-per-view thus far, and I've paid for almost all of them. I think there's been 2 that I haven't watched just because of, like, I wouldn't be home or something like that.
Right.
You know, but every one that I've watched, and actually, come to think of it, I think there's only been one that, like, met expectations. Everything else has been phenomenal.
So...
But I think I will be pleasantly surprised by the Royal Rumble, which is why I'm going to watch it, because I have intrigue. I want to see this.
It doesn't matter who you are. You could be the biggest AEW fanboy out there, and you're still going to watch the Royal Rumble.
It looks like it's going to be really good this year because honestly, the last couple have been a joke.
Like, well, but what I'm saying is, like, it's always you got to watch the Rumble because you never know what's going to happen.
Now, for those of you that don't want to spend $5, you can always just follow WWE on Facebook because you can watch the whole damn pay-per-view on Facebook and the clips they upload as soon as it happens.
That's true.
Like you can literally watch the whole damn pay-per-view, save for a few rest holds.
Or if you follow this man right here on Twitter, on the Twitters,
what
then
man?
You man.
Well, it's not me. It's the down the middle P.
The middle pod, right? or you just follow them on the Twitter and wait for the match to be over. Like, hey, this is what happened. Because that's what a lot of people do too.
So now I'm supposed to live tweet?
I never said that.
I might actually live tweet. RD live tweets sometimes, and I find them quite humorous.
Well,
maybe Eugene will be in the Royal Rumble. That'd be cool.
Don't say that name again. Don't say that name again.
What's wrong with Eugene? Oh, okay. Don't answer that.
No, I have nothing bad to say about Eugene. Just something. Okay, I'll go ahead and say what it was. As you have felt, obviously before you have felt my chop, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two of
them. Yeah.
Took that shit like a fucking champ.
What's funny is I actually looked that up the other day just to watch again.
Oh, I watched it a few times. The slow motion's hysterical. Speaking of new fans of the show, if you are unaware, there is a video on the channel of me receiving 2 chops, one knife edge and one overhand.
Yep.
But there are instant slow motion replays. And what's hilarious is the overhand chop, you can hear the echo of the sound in the slow motion.
I'll just talk about it. There was the day that was the referee show. It was down in Columbus. And one of the wrestlers had to use my ref shirt, and I forgot my undershirt to referee in, and Eugene was wrestling on the card.
Wait, do you have heat with Eugene?
I don't have heat with Eugene.
It sounds like you have heat with Eugene.
I don't have heat with Eugene. It's just funny. It's just funny because of what happened. Like I said, I forgot my shirt and everything. This is when Stone Cold went in the Hall of Fame. And let the other guy use my shirt. I go over to my bag to get my actual shirt put on, and my bag's farther this way, and Eugene's right here, and I'm about to scroll right by him, like, you know, apologize, like, just getting right by you. Next thing you know, he takes that big hand of his, and it just, wow, right in the chest. I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch.
So what you're saying is you have heat with Eugene.
I do not have heat with Eugene. I love Eugene.
It sounds to me, and I'm no psychiatrist, I just played one on TV that one time. It sounds to me like you're afraid that Eugene is going to chop you again if you admit that you have resentment towards Eric Bischoff's favorite nephew.
I don't have a resentment at all.
I mean, it sounds like you're carrying some resentment. How did it make you feel?
Sir, I love Eugene. Don't start with me. Don't start.
So if we ever talk to Eugene on the podcast, I'm so bringing up the fact that you have heat with him.
I'm not.
It's going to happen.
I don't have heat with Eugene.
Dude, you got heat with Eugene. It's okay, man. Accept it. Embrace it. Don't bottle that up.
I just did.
That's him bottling up his resentment to Eugene. We're going to put that in the box, and we're going to throw it in the ocean.
You're right. You're right.
All right. Well, we have made our predictions for the Royal Rumble. And we've had a little bit of a therapy session with Ben here. I think we can finally start the healing.
The healing process?
Yeah, the healing process. You know, I hear that you don't have resentment, but you're saying you don't have resentment, but what I'm hearing is that you would like Eugene to apologize.
I would apologize to him. That's what I would do.
You know what? That's what an abuser does.
I was abused. Okay?
Eugene gaslit you. He felt it right here. Or was it here?
It was
Kinda-
all over.
Kind of there. He felt it all over. Felt
Yep.
it all over in his insides. In your soul, you pervert. I mean, unless something
No.
else happened in the...
No, never. All
Hey, man.
right, we've derailed.
Yeah, oh, immensely. I was about ready to close, but... I mean, I just want to help you get over this whole Eugene...
I'm fine.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Uh-huh.
This is a safe space. As long as Eugene's not here, it's a safe space.
The key word is pineapple.
Anyway, thank you for enjoying this latest episode and on a special night of Down the Middle. We appreciate everyone who popped onto the stream to watch it. But as always, if you missed the live stream, and it's understandable this week because we changed the day and time up on you guys. I don't know why I just unzipped that. It's just there. Anyway, this is where Ben keeps the resentment for Eugene. It's right in here.
All right.
If you missed the live stream, you can always check out all of our episodes and the latest one, usually a day or two later, on our audio streaming platforms, which include but are not limited to Anchor.fm, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Now, and probably some other lesser-known podcasting platform. Also, don't forget to check out our free merchandise giveaway contest. The details will be in the description in the video below after the live stream. And as always, you can check out our official merchandise store for not only Down the Middle merchandise, but also merchandise from the Average Intelligence podcast, which is also really awesome. And average.
Yes.
Somewhat. Well, thank you, everyone, for enjoying everyone's 11th favorite wrestling podcast. And we will see you in 2 weeks at our regularly scheduled day and time, Sundays at about 12:30-ish. That's all we got for tonight. Go away now. Go to bed. It's late.
Have a good night.